All right, Allo. Now I wanted to ask you about a couple of current topics and things that's going on right now, man. Now, drill rap has taken off to another stratosphere. You've got artists as big as Lil Durk, biggest artists in the world, you know what I'm saying, or some of the biggest artists in the world, getting Grammy recognition, all that, man. But it seems like the street life keeps pulling cats back, man. Now, recently, Lil Durk, probably the most well-known drill rap artist in the world right now, ended up getting caught up in a fake case. Now, they're calling it the OTF case, but him and 5 OTF alleged affiliates were arrested.
It's free Big Smirk. I ain't gonna lie, Smirk is definitely a big influence on my music. Like, you know, when I hear about Smirk and his situation, I just know he gonna beat him. You know, I wish Smirk nothing but the best, and I never met Smirk personally, but free him, man. I don't think it's over for him. I think that he could come from under it, man. You know, a lot of people try to write him off. You know what I'm saying? I seen like King Yella and a certain trying to write him off like they gonna have him gone forever, but that's just the type of host be on, man. You can't write him off like that, man. That man got kids. That man got a whole life out here. You know what I'm saying? They need him. He got people that's dependent on him. You know. I feel like Smirk. I feel like he gonna come from under it, man. You know, me personally, I feel like money talking and bull. People don't understand, man. It be a lot of politics. Jail is really a politic type of thing. If you got enough money, you could beat the system. If you ask me. Sometimes it's not about money, but sometimes it actually is. You know, if you got the right lawyer, you know, a lot of shit go on behind the scenes. That lawyer, he might could pay the judge off. Who knows what could happen? You know, the judge might be a fan of his music. The judge got kids. Y'all don't think these judges be how these kids and shit get listen to these rappers? I mean, Durk is a big name. He's not a small mother, bro.
And at this point, hip hop is so big, and people been listening to rap their whole lives. Man, some of the lawyers, judges, some of them probably listen to music, right?
I'm saying, you got to think the judge might know who he is. The judge might play his music. Ain't no telling at all, bro.
So with what was going, and there was some breaking news that just happened today, and I hate to date our interview, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if you look at all the different cases in hip hop, you look at the YSL Rico case, and it looks like 2 of the co-defendants for Young Thug, you know, basically beat the case. They beat the case today. So Gotti.
I don't even know. I'm not even aware of that.
So Gotti and another guy by the name of Shannon, they were found not guilty in the YSL Rico case. They beat their case. Now, Young Thug took a plea deal, but with situations like that, it goes to show that it's not always just because you hear that Rico or you hear the feds that it's a 100% that they're going to lose the case. And I talked to Big Mike from Old Block recently, and he feels like Lil Durk is going to beat this case. What do you think?
I mean, I agree. I agree with him. I feel as though Lil Durk will beat this case. He will get out. He will get out, bro. He will get out. Trust and believe that, bro. He not finna get no life, bro. And if he don't beat it, he might get a small bit of time. The time that he's sitting, that's gonna be like time served. Like, you see how Young Thug got out, time served, basically? It'll be like the same thing. It's gonna take a minute for him to beat it. He gonna sit for a while, but he not getting like he'll be back, bro.
I think so. I got a feeling too, man. But you know, the only difference is he's dealing with the feds. So that's the big difference.
Yeah, that's the big difference. But that's the thing. And I feel like when Durk do overcome this, I think Durk gonna be the biggest rapper to ever live after this. He gonna be the greatest of all time. You gotta put him as the greatest if he do it. If he beat this case, that solidify him to be like the top of this. He beat everything. He beat the feds. He beat the streets. He really from the trenches, Chicago, Illinois. Like, to make it from where we from, he made it, bro. Like, ain't no stopping him. Once he come from under this, he like the biggest, bro. Tupac and Biggie and all them, he beat this. He beat them. It's over with. When he come home, he gonna be the biggest, bro. I'm telling you.
That would be a crazy accomplishment, right?
So I'm also a Youngboy fan too, man. Let's not get it twisted. Like, I don't sugarcoat anything. I love Lil Durk. He from Chicago, but I ain't never really picked sides with the Youngboy and Lil Durk because that'll be like me being fake with myself. You know what I'm saying? I really fuck with Youngboy music. I fuck with Quando music too. To be honest, I fuck with Quando, you know, but Youngboy is like, I kind of put Youngboy over Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to my favorite rapper, Youngboy got certain songs that I feel in my heart. This is touching you, like. Youngboy, what? Youngboy, that nigga, yeah.
And you know what I noticed with a lot of Chicago artists that I talk to? If they ain't directly involved in this situation, they ain't picking sides either, you know?
Man, I ain't really pick no sides with the Youngboy and Durk thing. I like them both. You know, Durk kind of influenced me to rap, you know, even though he's the biggest influence of it all, but, you know, Durk kind of motivated a nigga too. I can't say Youngboy motivated me, but I can say Youngboy, he's a good artist. Youngboy is like a person that I do play in my car. I don't give a fuck, right? Chicago or not, I don't give a fuck. People think just because I'm from Chicago, I supposed to automatically be like, oh yeah, I'm riding with Durk. No. If I fuck with Youngboy music, I fuck with the music. Like, I ain't worried about what beat they got going on. I'm talking about music-wise. We play Youngboy over here, man. There. I don't give a fuck. Youngboy, we playing that shit. I don't give a fuck. And a lot of had to say shit like that, but I mean, Durk ain't really never did nothing for me to the point where I can't say it. Durk ain't put no food on my plate. I fuck with Youngboy, and that's just what it is.
Now, Allo, I want to move on to another topic, but it's kind of in the same vein, right? Now, we're talking about a lot of these guys who have now blown up. Like currently, and recently, a lot of the guys that we talked about earlier they blew up, but they lost their lives. So King Von, he blows up to a whole nother stratosphere, ends up losing his life. FBG Duck, who you had a beef with, loses his life. What are you thinking about their two situations?
I don't really even call it beef. Like, Duck I feel like he kind of fronted his mood when it came to me, because bro tried to make it seem like I was on some goofy shit, or like I was some type of little nigga or something. I ain't never come under no Duck. If I was around you, it was because we just had a few little times. We fucking with each other, nigga. I ain't never. You know, so he tried to make it seem like he tried to like fake belittle me, and that's the situation I ain't really like with Duck, man. Like, you got me up, man. I always been my own boss. Anybody from my hood know that, nigga. I set trends, nigga. I don't follow no trend, nigga. We where I'm from, we make our own decisions, nigga. We ain't all this niggas be trying to get on the internet and front they move, nigga. And I got more relationships with niggas from 63rd. It ain't even just Duck, nigga. Reese G, I know Reese G. Dutty, like I say, man, I got a couple other relationships. I ain't never been on goofy, man. I ain't never been that type of nigga to be worried about another nigga. If a nigga ain't with me, I don't with them, bro. And that's just what it is. But go ahead, bro. I ain't.
No. I was just gonna ask you each individually. Like when FBG Duck passed away, he was shot and killed in the Gold Coast, which is like the richest place in Chicago, right? And it made national news, right? It was a crazy situation. What were your feelings behind that whole situation?
If we being honest on camera, bro, like I say, man, I never wanted to see that happen to them, to be honest. And I don't know if he was alive, and if things was vice versa, I don't know if he would have said the same for me. He probably would have said, me, knowing the person Duck is, but I ain't don't just say him like that, but him because we wasn't at a means, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't close at all when Duck died. We wasn't even speaking or talking to each other, but I didn't ever want to see that happen to Duck. You see what I'm saying?
Now, what's crazy is then several months later,
bro, that shit was all over the internet, and to just see that happen like that, it was just like, damn, like, you know, that could have been any one of us. That could have been any motherfucker, you know?
Oh, there is nobody that is exempt from that, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't want them making fun of it, or if some shit like that was to go on with me personally. I want them to at least have some type of respect to where they feel like, damn, they don't want to see that type of, you know, so I don't really want to see that type of to them, you know what I'm saying, or see that type of, because I actually knew him. Like I say, I knew him personally. It's not like I was just on no YouTube watching him. No, I've shook hands with Duck before. I know him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew him as a person. So, you know, with that being said, bro, it kind of fucked me up a little bit. I'm like, damn, like, a nigga go from being this high in life to down on the ground on his last breath. You know, I seen this because it's on YouTube, you know? So, I don't know. It kind of fucked me up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a real answer. Now,
too, man, before this interview go off, I don't want to get it twisted. That's my dog. Don't let E-Day, man. Bro. That's my boy. You know, him and Duck, they had they type of differences, but you know, me and E-Day, we was real close. Like, me and E-Day, we made a bond out this world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, see what I'm saying? So I gotta say that before this interview go off. Like, man, long live for sure, you know?
Nah, and every right. So I was just gonna ask you about King Von, who died just a couple of months later. You know what I mean? But it was a different situation. It was out of town, and it was just a whole bunch of craziness, to be honest. A very avoidable situation if you ask anybody who really knows a lot of the players involved. And I was wondering, when King Von passed away, was it a similar? What was you had seen King Von growing up? So what was your take on that?
I feel like King Von, he was moving too fast. That's the input that I got on it. You know what I'm saying? And now that the world could hear my input, King Von, bro, he was moving too fast, man. He didn't think things through. When you at a certain type of level, when you at a certain type of peak in your career or a certain type of level, it's couldn't have never been King Von guy to kind of confront Quando Rondo anyway. He could have one of them other niggas to do it. You see what I'm saying? But
yep.
I feel as though he underestimated Quando Rondo as well, too. When you just cause we from Chicago, bro, other cities and other that people got going on, they about that life too. You can't think just cause you from Chicago and you King Von that y'all the only that's about that life, because these other niggas, they got struggles. They grew up in the hood. You know how I feel to lose niggas. They ain't trying to lose at the end of the day either. Everybody trying to make it back home, bro. You best believe that. I don't know where you from. Everybody trying to make it back home at the end of the day, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though King Von, he underestimated them guys, and it turned out bad for him.
Yeah, and the aftermath of all that has been crazy. You know, it kind of almost split hip hop in half and stuff.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I King Von music. I mean, bro, like, I don't think that would have never happened to him in Chicago. Me personally, like, when nobody would have got their close up on him in Chicago because they know how he coming. Like, if he was in Chicago, some shit like that wouldn't have never happened. But by him being out of Chicago in a whole different element, you don't know what these type of niggas on. You don't know what these down south ass niggas really on, boy. Them kill too. Like, can't underestimate nobody. So that's what I took from it. I took.
Yeah, and that's facts, because Lil Tim and them, they had been in the streets, like they begging Crip, like they obviously got their own ops and their own issues, but they're already going through it. So like now you see what I'm saying? So you feel like he was underestimated.
He's just doing what he's supposed to do. You know, if the shoes on other foot, if it was King Von, them one of King Von homies would have popped Lil Tim the same way. It could have went either way. Even though Von wanted to fight, now they is bogus for not fighting. You know what I'm saying? He had to hop out and do Von in, but it's like they forced his hand. Let him see all these rushing at Quando Rondo. What else was he supposed to do? Y'all know King Von them got guns. They know these niggas from the rap. These niggas got guns. Y'all know they resume. So I feel like let Tim kill King Von on some scary type shit. It wasn't even on no, Tim thought he was on some tough shit. Timmy like, I gotta get these niggas before they get us.
Yeah, and that's what it seemed like.
That's really what it was. Like, he got Von out the way on some, like, I gotta get you before you get me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, my opinion.
And to be honest, the courts agree with what you're saying right there, because he was found not guilty on all his charges were dropped. It was basically a self-defense shooting situation because, like you said, it was a huge crowd that was rushing him. And in that situation, come on, especially in the South, any jerk.
The thing, this is another artist, Quando Rondo. He take care of Lil Tim. Obviously, he got Lil Tim around him really for protection. I mean, they friends, but Lil Tim was also around, so nothing won't happen to him. That's his homie. He want to make sure his homie good. You know what I'm saying? So he stood on business. I mean, anybody in the streets know what's up, man. So could act like they don't know what's going on, but I mean, Lil Tim, he did what he's supposed to do, man. You know, it's just sad to say it's an unfortunate situation. But, I mean, it happens, you know? You can't underestimate nobody. So that taught me not to underestimate no. I don't know how little it might seem or how you can't underestimate no mother, bro. You know?
Nah, that's fact.
You ain't just like that thinking you just gonna bully him. I think you become whoop and think ain't nothing to happen. You don't know what these got in their car. You ain't even check salary out or nothing. Like, you know?
Yeah, it was a bunch of bad decisions led to that whole situation. It seems like.